All right. Hey, guys. Hey, thanks so much for jumping on. We're going to jump right into this training. So basically, what happened, this is how this has all occurred, to give you a little bit of background. So we went to the 3-star and above Eric Worre training this weekend, and some of the best things that came out of that was putting together campaigns, knowing your direction, knowing what you're going to do, having an entire year's worth of plans for promotions, challenges, campaigns, and everything. And there were so many ideas given. And so we spoke this morning. We went over a ton of ideas, and I can't say for sure that all of this stuff is going to occur, but this is what we had discussed. And so basically every month, we're going to have a few different things to offer. And again, it's all so that we can all have a direction instead of, what am I doing today? Well, I don't know. I'm going to reach out to new people. I don't know. I'm going to follow up with new people. Anyone felt that way before? You just don't really know what to do, right? Okay, so we were putting together a plan, and I don't want it to be overwhelming whatsoever. I know that you can take everything at your own pace. But we'll set numbers and dates for everyone so that there's a plan, there's a process, and there's something for you to do. And so each month we're looking at doing, and it's all in a process, it's all in a system. It may not sound that way right now, but it is. Each month we're going to send out tools. Like this week, we're talking about friending 100 new people and adding 100 new people. Well, hopefully that becomes a consistent thing for you, and you continue to reach out to new people and build your friends list and so on. So you're constantly having new people come into your Facebook. So then next month, we're going to have everyone do a campaign for sending out tools. So you send out 100 videos. It can be anything you want. I'm just giving an example. You send out 100 videos, either to people you know, people you met through this campaign that we're doing, or to maybe a new 100 people. But we'll continue to do that, and we're going to categorize it to what's going on in the world. So like in January, maybe we do 100 ISA-body challenges because we will be doing a transformation challenge. March, maybe we do an athletic video because of all March Madness and all the athletes that are out there, and so on. We're also going to do a product share, and this will be taking 4 days. And again, none of this is guaranteed whatsoever. We're brainstorming it out there, but we're pretty set for the most part. But we're going to take 4 days every single month and help people share product. And just like this campaign today of sharing with 100 people or friending 100 people, it's just going to be the process of sharing. You may or may not, exactly, Annie, you may or may not get something out of it. You may or may not have a conversation with them, but it's the act of actually going up to someone. So in January, everyone's low on energy, but everybody's excited to get stuff done, right? We're going to give away e-shots. So 4 e-shots to be given away in 4 days. Oh, thank you, Cooper. February, we're looking at doing ISA Delights. You know who doesn't love chocolate during February and romantic days? So take 4 days to give away 4 ISA Delights. You can do more, hopefully not less. And we're trying to do inexpensive things so that it doesn't break the bank. Stop it, Cooper, right now. And so we'll do different things to really kind of help us get out there. We're also going to do specific training. So whatever the fun campaign is, or the product or the tool campaign or whatever it is, we'll do team calls on training based on that topic, so we can discuss the whole thing. So there's a couple other things that we have in mind, community events. And when we do community events, we know that everybody's around all over the country and the world, but let's just say we do a hike, because right now we're planning a hike on December 15th. Everyone, wherever you're at, go for a hike or a walk and take a picture. So that we're all together. We're all doing some kind of event together, whether or not we're physically together or not. So we're going to do a few things like that. And then some different fun campaigns. So in January, we'll give away 2 of them. In January, we're going to do our transformation challenge. We usually do one in January. Jill's got one. We're going to do one as well. And so what we're looking at is really, really, really starting to promote this. You can go ahead, start now, really hit it hard December 27th, because they need to have their 30-day packages ordered by the 2nd, and we'll start on January 8th. If anyone is good at flyers and wants to make up a flyer, go right ahead. Please let me know. So that's kind of what's going on. Any questions about that before I dive into how are we going to find 100 people to talk to? Any questions? Okay, cool. Penny, I'm glad you're on. We've got Penny on one screen and Cat Craft on the other. So Penny is here twice. All right, guys. So let's talk about how are you going to find 100 people to friend, right? Are you guys all asking that question? How am I going to even find 100 people? Okay, so it's all going to be through Facebook. And I lost your guys' picture. Ah, shoot. Let me come back to that because I don't want to be completely without you guys. Ah, here we go. Okay, learning so much about Zoom recently. Okay, we'll get rid of all my messages. I private message a lot. That is a big part of how I do things. So definitely get in the habit of private messaging people, but we'll go along that as we continue. So we typed up in Game Changers Biz and Unstoppable Belief about 3 different ways that we want you guys to focus. There's so many ways to continue to come up with a friends list and different people to friend request, but we want to keep everything very simple and duplicatable and easy. So you just need to make a decision on what's going to be your favorite way. So one is we probably have a ton of people that we have not accepted their friendship with, right? Does everyone have a few people? Or are you guys super good about friending everybody that friends you? Go ahead and talk to me. All right, so here's the important thing. And all of this comes from the Jim Lupkin training. So just a little background on that. Jim Lupkin has been developing his social media for the last 22 years, and what he preaches works. We saw that last time that we all did his program. We had 60 people join, and we had 40 people actually do it. We had about 5 to 6 people absolutely excel, and those 5 to 6 people were the ones who took it really seriously and did every single thing. Everyone else found something. They found something that they liked and something that they really helped them. So all of this training is Jim's training. Just so you know, I'm not making it up. It comes directly from him and with 22 years of experience. So when you decide, am I going to friend someone? And if anyone wants to time me, you can. However, I'm talking, but keep that in mind. The first thing I'm going to do before I decide to accept their friendship is I'm going to take a look at them. And I'm going to take a look at their picture, their cover picture, and their posts. All right? So just kind of see, are they what I'm looking for? You have to make a decision what you want. But what I look for is, are they personable? Are they fun? Are they positive? Are they motivating? Are they supportive? Do we have mutual friends? That's another thing, okay? Who are mutual friends, which are all right here. So you can see, now she's already in isogenics. Obviously, I don't know exactly who we're with. I don't care. I don't want to spend that much time. So I can send her a message, right? And I probably will. I appreciate you friend requesting me. But I'm not going to accept her friendship because I'm not going to build a business with her. She's already in isogenics. So let's take a look at Shane Christopher. All right, so Shane, we have 37 mutual friends. Let's click on that. Okay, I know him through real estate. I'm going to know that super fast because of all the other people that are listed here. They're all real estate friends of mine. So great, let's take a look. Do I like his posts? I want to make sure he's not 100% all business, that he's a little personal. Okay, here we go. Practicing what's being preached. Okay, that's cute. He speaks. He's a speaker. Okay, fantastic. He looks like maybe he's doing some donations. Yep, look, social media party started, so probably some donations. So I like what I see. So I would friend him. But what I would do before is actually go to the message, which he doesn't have his, oh, because that's me. I would actually send him a message first, and this is what I would say. Hi, Shane. Thank you for your friend request. I see we have a lot of mutual friends. I am also a real estate agent. I would love to get to know you through Facebook and hopefully meet. I know he's in town, right? He's in Scottsdale. Meet in person at an event sometime. Stephanie. Okay, I haven't accepted his friend request yet. I'm going to see if he actually personally responds to me. If he does, bam, I'll make a friendship with him. If he doesn't respond to me, then he's just looking for numbers. He's just trying to get, which happens a lot in real estate, he's trying to bump up his number of friends. I don't want to be friends with someone like that. I want to be friends with someone who actually wants a relationship. All right, any questions about that? That's if they've requested you. How would you do that? Any questions from start to finish?
So how long do you go back and forth and carry on the conversation before you accept it?
Great question. So you will find that a third of them will actually private message you back. Okay. Okay. Yes. No, you cannot skip anything. Go start your homework. Okay. Okay. DC meeting. Okay. Talk to me later. Go start your homework. So you start. A third of them will actually respond to you, Anna. A third of them will just accept your friendship, which actually I haven't asked for his friendship. I haven't accepted it yet. And then a third of them won't say anything, and a third of them will actually converse with you. So your time actually won't be spent doing a ton of conversations because there's going to be so many options of what's going to happen on their end. Now, most likely, he is a mortgage lender. He's probably going to respond to me, and we have a decent amount of friends. So he's probably pretty good at that because they teach that in real estate. So he'll probably write back, hey, Stephanie, thanks so much for the friend request. I look forward to meeting you. That's a pretty general statement that a lot of them are going to make. And I'd be like, great, sounds great. Can't wait to meet you someday. And I would probably end it there because he didn't take it any further at this point. But what I want to do is get him to look at my page. So that's where you can add that statement of, hey, I'll check out your profile page if you check out mine. Because then I asked him to actually do something. I put him into action. And if he follows through and if he looks at my page and if he sees something that he likes, a conversation is going to get started. What I will do is if I'm really intrigued by him and I think that there's a good possibility that I could do business with him, then I will add him to my See First list. And the way you do that, oh, I've got to confirm him. I don't want to do it. Okay, I don't want to confirm yet. But here's what you do. Once you get friends with someone, you can add them to another list. Okay, Amir is a loan officer. I already marked that. So I'm going to find Amir, that guy right there, under my list of friends as a loan officer. What I am going to do for this project is I'm going to list this as Facebook building campaign. And everyone that I meet and that I actually friend and have a conversation with, I'm going to add to that list. And then that way, next month, when we send out the videos, no matter what happened, if I had a conversation with them, if I'm following up with them, whatever the situation is, I could just go straight to that list and all those people will come up. Does that answer your question, Anna?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions about that? Okay, let's move on to a different way. So we also said mutual friends. All right, so if I'm going to just concentrate, I wouldn't concentrate on one friend because then maybe you're stalking them. Usually that information won't get back, but like let's choose Che Toy. he has almost 5,000 friends, right? So he'd be someone I could easily go into his friends list, and they probably would never find out that I sent a message to them, right? Because there's so many friends that the talk is not going to get around. All right, so I'm mutually friends with 108 of his 5,000 friends. So I could easily go in here and you just want to pick people really fast. So I'm going to check out Sarah. She's a home warranty specialist. Most of these are going to be related to real estate, but I could just send her a quick little message. Hi, Sarah. Let's see now. What I want to do is I'm inspired by you in some shape. I want to see if she's got any fitness posts or anything like that. Because that's what you're looking for. You're looking for people who might want to lose weight, who might want to feel good. I mean, you guys know what we're looking for, right? So
donuts?
What's that? Oh, donuts, right?
Yeah.
So I could pick up on that, right? So I've got something that you can offer your clients versus the donuts. Now, I would not say that our first conversation.
I saw that.
But I could certainly, as a home warranty rep, you're probably giving away a ton of food because that's what they do. I have some suggestions of things that would keep the real estate agents healthy. I'm not going to start off our relationship with that. That would come in maybe the second or the third conversation. So now I just want to have a conversation with her. Same exact thing. Hi, Sarah. I saw some of your posts on
Kylie, let's do your blood sugar. Why do I have to do all the shit of picking your stuff off? You want me to run around. Kylie,
fun posts.
Sitting in the wrong spot.
We
Sister, so she's gonna get chucked in the head.
Penny, I'm going to ask you a favor. Do you mind muting real fast, or I can mute you for you? And if you, whenever you're ready to speak to the group, just go ahead and hit unmute. Is that okay?
What?
We just heard what you were saying. It was a
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. I'm just going to mute you, but when you have a question or you want to make a statement, just unmute, okay?
I'm trying to do dinner, so.
No worries. No worries. Okay. We also have quite a few friends in common, such as Shay Toy. He is amazing at connecting, as you know. I was hoping to be friends with you on Facebook and get to know you. I always love to meet new people in the industry. Stephanie. Okay. Now, if she responds back and we start to have a conversation with each other, oops, if did anyone want to see that, leave that up. If we start to have a conversation with each other, that's when I will bring in that conversation of, hey, I know you do a ton of events and it is holiday season. If any of your agents would want to consume some healthy options, I have a ton of things that you could offer. I actually sell survival kits, right? Okay, we can all make up a bag of survival kits, e-shots, bar, shake, whatever that may be, replenish. I also sell survival kits to different people in the industry to help agents while they're out with the clients, or you yourself even. And so I would have that conversation, but I'm not going to take it there until she responds back to me and we actually start a relationship. Then once she friends me, then, or once she responds back, then I will add her as a friend, and then I will organize her under the list Facebook building campaign. That all makes sense to everybody? Any questions about that? Okay, I got another fun way to teach you guys how to find new people. There's hundreds, but these are fun. Any questions? Okay, stop me if you do. Okay, so next I want to go into local events. Oh, sorry, I need to go here. So no matter where you live, there are always going to be events. Doesn't matter how big or small your town is. If your town is small and there's not much, you can look elsewhere. All right, so what event looks interesting that would be somewhat related to what we do? That's what I'm going to look for. All right, here we go. Blazing Curves Black Masquerade Gala. So I was invited to do this event through Tamika, which Anna actually helped us with. And I was invited to do this, and it was for plus size women. And she wanted an Isogenics rep. And so we've now started a relationship. She's invited me to this ball. So you would think most of these people invited are probably going to be people who are interested in losing weight, having a healthier lifestyle, and so on. So I know these people. What I want to do is just go to the others. And again, I'm going to look for someone I want to become friends with. Now, I don't want to be mean in any way, but I want to save you guys some grief because I started to do Jim's program, and I started to accept friendships from everybody, and I started to reach out to anybody, and I didn't scrutinize their profile, and I had a lot of mail requests, a lot, and it was really hard in my mind to say no. Because I'm like, well, what if they're the next Jay Bennett, right? And I'm like, what if I can turn them into one of my highest paid people? Or what if they're that fantastic leader? And the story was the same story all the time. All they were interested in was meeting a girl. So no matter what I said and what I did. So save yourself some grief and check out their profile and make sure that if it is male, that is someone that you would actually want to do business with. All right, so let's just check out Gregory McClure. All right, why is Gregory invited? Because Blazing Curves, for the most part, would probably be a female situation for the most part. So he's invited for some reason, or he's a guest or something. See, under Trump's bill. All right, so he's got a lot of political stuff. For me, that's not going to intrigue me. So I would say no. So I'm just not interested in that. He's very, just not someone I would really have a lot of conversations with. So let's go to Patrick. Oh my gosh. My dogs just got like on a table or something. They are way up high. All right, nice looking guy, has faith, lives here in Arizona. Yeah, seems like a great guy. So I'm not going to send this because I'm not quite ready to do all of this right now, but I would send something like, hi, Patrick. I noticed you were invited. I don't know if he's attending, so I didn't look at that. So look if they're attending or invited. That you were invited to the Blazing Curves event coming up. I am considering going and have worked with Tamika in the past. I am always looking for new friends on Facebook with, I don't even want to say similar interests. You don't want to lead men. Be very careful with your words. I'm always looking for new friends on Facebook involved with bettering their health. Okay, so I don't know if he is or not, but I'm going to put it out there because that's where I'm at, right? Stephanie. And I'm not going to hope we can become friends on Facebook. You want to be a little careful with men. So, hi, Patrick. I noticed that you were invited to the Blazing Curves event coming up. I am considering going and have worked with Tamika in the past. I am always looking for new friends on Facebook involved with bettering their health. All right, I'll just go ahead and send it. Let's see how he responds. All right, so now I've just friended 3 out of the 100. And without speaking to you, that really could have taken me like 3 minutes. But you can go back, and if you just want to do like an event, You just, so I could actually do the 72 that are going because I know that they're going. Oh, he's going. So I could just go bam, 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 bam to each one of those and knock out my 100. And then if it was an event that I was attending, you want to let them know that you are actually going to that event and you hope to meet them there. That's really good to do, especially if you're going to be a vendor or if you're going to see people in person. You want to make yourself, hi, I'm Stephanie. We met on Facebook. It's nice to meet you, because then when you get to the event, you already have a mutual relationship started. It's much easier to go up and talk to someone that you've met through Facebook than a stranger. And if you're having a booth and you're trying to sell stuff and share what you do, you want to have that relationship. So events are a lot of fun, and they're never ending. And some of them may be local and some of them may be worldwide and virtual. So they are truly never ending. So those are the 3 different ways that I thought might be the easiest for you guys to, or for all of us, to reach out to people and go fast, bam, 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 give them a little common interest, see who responds. For those that respond, build a little bit of a relationship with them, and then continue it. And just, you want to continue it in a very natural way, not as a salesperson, but a natural way. As soon as they give you that permission to open the door, like maybe Patrick here says something about, well, I'm not really going to bettering my health, but can I ask why you said that? He asked me directly. So I would say something like, well, I actually am a distributor for Isogenics, which is how I met Tamika. And I love helping people to better their health. We have absolutely fantastic food items. I've been using it for 5 years and totally in love. If he responds and has an interest, then I take it further. Does that make sense on how to distinguish the conversation? Is it just a conversation, or when do you take it to a business?
Stephanie?
Yep.
It's Penny. I have a question.
Uh-huh.
I did miss how to do the list. I did send it to you in the chat. But another question I had is, because I'm new to Facebook. I've only been doing it. This is going on 3 years, and I've never really been pushing it, only this last year. So most of my friends barely have like 200 friends. So if I start using my start using mutual friends, I'm going to have to pick a couple from each one, and then they'll probably know, because only a few of my friends are super, super active and have over more than 300.
Okay, you know what? And that's not a problem. Ann and I have talked about that before.
Okay.
And so I cannot see all of your friends. I'm in your Facebook right now.
Okay.
You have your other friends that are not mutual, private. So I'm not going to see them, and know that that's going to be the case. If you ever have this situation come up, then that person just mark their friends for private. I would highly recommend all of you do the same thing. But hopefully these other people you're reaching out to don't. So you could maybe pick 5 people and do 25 of their friends.
Okay.
So that way it's not. And maybe when you look at their profile, know that, so I have 2,300 friends.
Okay.
I'm not super close friends with 2,300 people. I'm working on that, and I want that to be my goal, but that's because of Jim's training. If I hadn't had Jim's training, they would probably just be numbers, a lot of them, and which is the case for most people. So
see, my 300 and some, I work with a majority of them.
Okay, but they may not know all of their friends.
Correct.
So take a look at, let's just look at someone else. Let me pick on someone. Ricky. All right. Ricky probably has not done that to her friends. Right. Okay. So Ricky has not. Okay. So Ricky, you can tell if you have mutual friends with them.
Okay.
And if you don't have mutual friends with them, that means that they have a completely outside list of friends that aren't going to be related. So you're probably not going to have that conflict. So Molly, I have 2 mutual friends. Terry, there's none. Kathy, there's none. Brenda, there's none, and so on. So if I look at these, they're probably so different from Ricky that I wouldn't have to worry about that. So Molly lives in South Dakota, and that's all we know about her. Gina,
So in other words, when I go under my friends and see if I can see their, which I think most of my friends, I can see their list. They've not hit it, most of them. So I'm going to look for somebody that we're not mutual friends, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So a lot of these people are from South Dakota, so they might all know Ricky in some way. So maybe I'll jump down just a little bit. So she's in South and she works at a hospital. Ricky lives in South Dakota and Arizona. So she's going to know different people. So these are all South Dakota, but she works at the post office. One was a nurse, one was a post office.
Okay.
So I know that they know each other in different ways where they may not have that conversation. And yeah, look for people where there's no mutual friends because that's your biggest situation.
Mm-hmm.
And you're probably going to be able to find that, especially if you go to 5 or maybe 10 different friends, if that's what you need to do. Okay, he worked at Citibank. So they all have different job titles, every single one of these people. So you just take quick little views to find out if that is someone that you would really like to be friends with.
Now, another question I have is, I know I'm monopolizing.
That's okay. I'm sure you're going to give good questions.
So the other thing is my job where I work, there's like close to 4,000 employees, but I don't know them all because we've had a big influx of new employees. So I know probably over 1,000, but I'm not Facebook friends because I just got in it. So we're going to run into the fact that I'm going to probably find other coworkers, which would still be good because I could touch bases with them at lunch at work or something and try to reach out to them if they're not out at the C-Box, if they're at the main hospital. So I still want to kind of get some that's easier for me to build on, but I also probably want to pick some outside of the VA.
Yeah, I would, but go with your network.
Yeah.
Because the whole purpose of becoming friends with people on Facebook is getting them to a point where they like, trust, and respect you. And if there's a mutual interest, that already breaks down the barrier and that wall. So there's already a mutual interest, your work, right? So
and then I found out somebody's mother friend requested me, and I was trying to figure out who it was. I was like looking through, and I had to go through the Facebook, and I'm like, who is this? You know, because I get the request and I want to look and see. And I figured out it was a girl that I worked for a couple of years, but she had left and moved to another job. But I guess she was on it. And I guess when she reacts to my post, the mother saw my stuff and then she wanted to join. So I'm beginning here or there. And that's how I'm picking up people who are kind of interested. I suggested just not ready. So
yeah. Exactly. And so you're going to have all kinds of different things of why people friend you. And unless you ask, you don't always know, and you may or may not give them a reason. People are looking for relationships. Now, some people are looking for popularity, and in the real estate industry, that's very common. They want a high number because they think if they have an extremely high number of friends on Facebook, that their posts will be seen more. And by more people, and more people will know what they do for a living. That is so not true. But that's what they're taught, and that's what they think. So some people do it for that. Some people do it because I just want a high number of friends. I just want people to like me. And I don't mean that in a bad way. That's just, what some people think.
That's what the teenagers are saying about Instagram.
Right, exactly. Or some people do it for business purposes. I want a high number of people to see what I do. Instagram, so on kids, teenagers, I want a large, massive number of people to see what I do, whether business or not, which is what I do.
Take pictures of food.
Yeah, and then some people really, truly are interested in having connections. And some people really, truly get a lot of satisfaction from the friendships that they create on Facebook. And that does a lot for them. So there's all kinds of different reasons why people will friend you and why they'll accept your friendship. But what you want to do is just create a very safe environment for them. And so that's why you don't want to be pushy or salesy or anything right away. You want to create that environment. And then as soon as they open the door, then you give a gentle little, well, yes, by the way, I do sell isogenics, and I've been using it for 5 years or whatever your time is, 3 years. I absolutely love it. Have you ever used it? So again, I'm not asking them to buy. I'm having a conversation. Because if I started that, well, I've been doing it for 5 years. I love it. Do you want to buy something? They'd be like, whoa, way too fast, slow down. But if I ask, have you ever used it? It's a conversation.
Right.
People feel special when you have a conversation with them.
Yeah. I've been getting told, like, you know, the thing I was asking you about before was and I forgot I'm not doing more pictures. I got to do more pictures with my challenge. I found out lots of people are following my challenges and getting motivated, but they're not saying anything until I go to work and they run into me in the hallway. Then they say something.
Right. Nice. All right. Sorry, I was supposed to have a call 2 hours ago, and now she's calling now. All right. Okay, so talk to me. Everyone unmute. Let's talk about this. Make sure you feel comfortable being why we're doing this, that you feel comfortable how to find people, that you feel comfortable with what to say, feel comfortable with how to continue the conversation, and then feeling comfortable with how to organize it so you can go back to them. Because one problem will be when you private message people, if you're like me and you're doing 100 people, all right, look at all these messages. Here's today's, which I haven't been home much today, so that's very few. There's yesterday's. There's Tuesdays. Tuesdays I'm going to have a lot. I'm not going to be able to go back. What you can do, here's another way you can organize yourself, is do the see all in Messenger. And if you go up here, it will say archived threads. I can pull up a particular messages that were archived. Now, what I'm trying to do, and I haven't figured out how to do this yet, is if you come over here, I can archive it, but I don't know how to archive it specifically for one topic. But if you haven't archived anyone yet, most likely you probably haven't, because I don't know that many people that archive. You know, all of those people will be there for this campaign. If you do archive, and if you know how to organize that, let me know. But just know that that's another way to organize it. And I will get that answer on how to actually organize that. But or you can, like, let's just say you do something in particular, like what could I say? What did I say to those people? Mutual. Okay, I could type in mutual, and all my, well, it should be all my conversations, but that didn't work. All my conversations that have mutual in it would come up. Didn't do it. It should do that. Sometimes Facebook is a little funky. So unfortunately, that's not, oh, wait, because I'm in archives? Maybe because I'm in archives. No, I'm not. So, all right, other questions? Everybody feel comfortable going to start?
Sorry, Steph, it's me again.
Okay.
Can you go over again? Because I told you I missed it. I guess we got distracted the other end. How do I make that list of what I'm working on? Yes.
Yep. So you go to your friend, and it's best if you just do it immediately.
Okay.
Okay. These are all
These are the ones I'm attempting, right? Well, actually, I was saying, how do I make the list when I start making attempts to, so that, you know, you said to make that Facebook list.
So what Jim suggests is everybody goes on a list immediately. So
Okay.
this is Thomas. A lot of you know Thomas. So what Jim suggests is doing a did not respond file.
All right.
Every particular person, so like, well, I didn't friend request them, but every particular person I would add to the did not respond until he responds. And then once he responds, I would add him to that Facebook building campaign.
So you make two lists.
Yeah. I'm not good with my did not respond. I'm just not good with it. But that's just a matter of change. That's just a habit that I need to change. So if you get good at it in the beginning, then that becomes your habit. And that's what Jim's going to tell you to do.
All right.
Immediately put everyone on did not respond until they respond, and then once they do, then add them to the correct list. And
Okay.
here's some of my different lists. If you guys want to see some of mine.
Okay.
So I've done this over the years. I probably need to clean it up, but this has been since Facebook has been out. I have good friends. I have real estate. Whoever I did business with. And then recently I've gotten very specific. Recently I've gotten where if I've sent a sample out to them, am I rebuilding a relationship? And what that means is if you have not personally spoken to them within 90 days, you are rebuilding a relationship. Anyone that you've spoken to in 3 months or less, you've got a relationship with. If it's been 3 months or more, you've got to rebuild it. So that's a rebuild list. So are they a real estate, are they a real estate vendor? Are they a loan officer? Are they I just got it specific. I have all my church people in here. I have all the people that I met from my Dancing with the Stars in Pratham. So I get very specific as to how I know them.
So Stephanie, I could organize my stuff currently now and make a list now so I could do like work and
you can. That takes a lot of time. I thought that that might be the best, and I kind of somewhat did that, and it's not the best way of your time.
Okay.
What I would do is just start friending people, or as you have a conversation. So as I have a conversation with Andy, I could go in and go bam, or a private message, and then just organize it rather than each one of them. But I want to have a relationship with them before I actually organize them. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, most of the ones I'm probably pretty close to 80% of mine because I'm only 300 because they're all for work mostly, and then just a few isogenics people, and then relatives and high school from high school. So that I got back in touch with, and a few military. So pretty much I know probably I'm pretty close with 80% of mine.
Okay. So there's that.
But you say if I start a conversation with them, then I should just put them into a list, but not to just do it, just to get it done over my, okay.
Correct. So ultimately, what we're trying to do is give you the experience of building your friends list and building relationships. That's the whole goal. Right now, the goal is not necessarily to enroll them. That's going to come in the next couple of steps. But right now, we want to just get you into the practice. Accepting friendships, but also making them and how to make them. Did you guys learn how to make new friends today? Did you guys learn a new way to do that?
Yes.
Wave your hand if you learned something new.
I'll answer yes. I don't know.
Okay, good. And Beth has been in Jim's program before, so that's great. Beth, I'm on my 4th time of doing his program, and I keep learning new stuff. So I'll help you learn more. I keep learning every single time. Okay, cool. There are so many ways to meet new people. You will really, truly never run out of friends if you follow Jim's program. And I'll continue to show you guys more ways of doing that. But just keep this one nice and simple and easy, and easy in the regards to easy that you'll do it because they're mutual friends. They've already friend requested you, or the events is a lot of fun. All right, good. Other questions? If you're not 100% comfortable in starting this, ask your questions.
So Stephanie, you did, I think earlier, you sent the scripts we should use, right? You said stick to a script.
I did.
Okay,
and those scripts are from Jim. They are not Stephanie's scripts whatsoever.
Well, I mean, as long as you sent me a script, because I'm not going to remember all this, probably.
No. And here's the thing. We want you to follow those scripts as closely as possible. Jim has developed them and perfected them over the years, where I've watched so many people who did his program the first time, and I had so many people come back to me and they're like, well, I changed it a little bit. I changed it to fit my personality. I changed, these words, and they didn't get any responses. Don't change the scripts. All right, add in anything personal that you want to add in, but don't change his scripts. Kimberly Judd Penny is another great leader here in Phoenix, and she's the same way. She's done a lot of social media and web developing, and she's like, if I even change one word off my script, I won't get the same responses as if I follow that script 100%. So take those scripts and add to, but don't take away and try to change them. Yeah, just follow it. I want to make it as easy for you guys as possible so that you can just copy paste, right? You've got to have enough information where that person feels your love. You've got to make them feel special, but other than that, the rest of the message should be the same. Because usually when people go to change it, they bring the business in too quick, and that's when you lose them. I was just going to look through your messages. Okay, yeah, 200 friend requests, Annie. So that's an easy one for you. Just go through those. But only the people you would actually talk to at a party.
Yeah. That's the big part.
Yes. But don't spend too much time. 30 to 60 seconds is enough time to figure that out. Their profile, their bio, and their posts and mutual friends. And if you get a gut feeling, like I did with that one guy, I felt it immediately. I was like, ooh, no way am I doing that. Nothing against him. It's just we don't have common interest. So why force a relationship because I want to try to get business from him if we don't have common interests?
One other question.
Mm-hmm.
I think I missed the part about the.
Oh, yeah, me too, Annie. We'll talk about that.
Hi, Annie.
Hey.
I have an important question.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm one of the only single ones, but who's online dating, which is horrible. So I need to be careful because you know what I'm saying? I do not need any stalking men because I have 2 girls, you know, and I'm keeping my children out of that whole thing. So.
Right. So, you know, I don't even want to ask you to judge or anyway, but maybe you just do females.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. It might be easier for me for right now.
Yeah. You will never change a man that is interested in meeting another woman. You will never change that. Even if you are the best salesperson out there, if that is their intention, that is their intention, and they won't give up. I've never blocked so many people until I did this program and thought that I could change people. You can't change them. Annie, you made some kind of comment. What was that? I was going to talk about it. Oh, the Middle East. Yeah, so guys, you're going to get a lot of requests, and the more you're on Facebook and the more stuff you share on your posts, you're going to get a lot of posts from the Middle East. Just use the same judgment of, are they someone, if they lived here in the United States and we met at a party, would I actually have a conversation with them and enjoy it? And if that's the case, great. Now, if you're building this to strictly build isogenics and we're not in that country, then maybe not, okay?
Right.
Be more specific with your time. We don't know what other countries are coming up, and so that's been a little bit of my mindset as well of, well, maybe when we get there. I will tell you from working with Jim Lufkin that Afghanistan is out. Any of the countries that are considered blacklisted and not really good allies with the United States, you will never do business with them because merchants, banks, and different things like that won't work the 2 countries together, and they'll never be able to get paid. So just know that.
That's good info, actually.
Yeah. I mean, I never want to tell you not to become friends with someone, but if you're truly doing this to build your isogenics business and we don't have the product in their country, you're going to frustrate them as well. Like Fardeen, who's in Game Changers, who all the time, he's in Afghanistan. And I had to tell him just recently, look, buddy, I'm so sorry. I think you're absolutely fantastic, but we will never, I've looked into this further, we'll never be able to do business together just because of your country. Paz is in Game Changers as well. We've gained a relationship. I think she's fantastic. She asks me probably every single month, when is Isogenics coming to the Philippines? And I don't know, Paz. So I kind of have hurt those relationships because I gave them false hope. So if we're not already in that country, I wouldn't do it for this purpose.
Yeah. It's better to be upfront with them. And, you know, in the back of my mind, I was thinking to myself, well, I could develop these friendships in case we open up. But now that you have facts, now it makes it easier. So
yeah,
thanks.
really go with that gut feeling of you're not going to be able to change anything.
Yeah.
So if it's not an already positive situation, you're not going to make it a positive situation.
Okay. Thanks.
What if you do, and if that situation comes up in the future, then you can wrap right back to it, right? The opportunity is not lost.
Right.
There's how many people in the Middle East you'd be able to find someone, right?
Oh my gosh.
So try to have that mindset and take that from me as a learning lesson. This was a learning lesson that I had to go through. And I probably spent 3 months going through it. And it was very frustrating on me, and it was very difficult for me. And then I had to block people. That's extremely negative. And then I had to have conversations with my husband. And then I got to the state where I was worried. What if Brad saw this private message that came back? You know, so just don't.
Yeah.
All right, good. Okay. So yeah, soldiers. That's it.
You knew I was going to ask that question.
Well, and I experimented with that as well.
No, I'm just worried about it. You know, I mean, we usually can mail to most of them overseas because it's done through our U.S. mailing system, but I just don't know how Isogenics is because it's a direct marketing.
Yeah, well, so again, I accepted a lot of friendships from soldiers.
No, I have some that are actually going to be going overseas.
Oh,
So,
okay. Okay.
So, let
me go both directions.
My soldier friends, and I'll get more. Yes.
Right. Okay. So if they're a friend, and we'll talk about that. That's fantastic. If they're not already a friend,
right.
Just remember my previous conversation. You're not going to be able to change them.
Right.
Even if they're soldiers, and even if they're from the United States.
Yeah.
Same exact thing. I had probably more soldiers reach out to me than any other, Middle Eastern and soldiers. And soldiers that were in the Middle East.
Right.
It got a little frustrating. So if you're already friends with them, what's your question? I'm sorry, let's back up.
Well, I'm just wondering, I mean, not only am I friends with them, but I was thinking of expanding more soldiers to be my friends. Like I'm trying to find some of them. I was stationed with a lot.
Okay.
So it's not if I can find them too, but I'm sure a lot of them would love this stuff. And that's the other thing.
Yeah.
The trouble is they go overseas 6 months out of the year.
So I wasn't going to teach you this, but this is also another way. So what were you in? Did you have a specific troop or anything like that?
It was lots of places. I was at.
No. Like, did you have a troop number or a name of your company or how?
47th Cash.
Were you in the Army, the Navy?
Yes, I was in the Army. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
47th Combat Support Hospital would be 47th Cash.
Okay, people from 47 Combat?
Combat Support Hospital. It's called CASH.
Support Hospital. Okay, let's try that. All right.
Oh,
so
wow.
Here we go. You can get extremely specific. And I wasn't going to teach you all this graph search, but this is another way to do that. You just graph search people. And so you've got Teresa English. And you can just kind of go down and hit see all. All right. And so all these people are somehow related to what I typed in.
Okay.
Okay. May not be exact.
Right.
They're going to be somehow related to that you're going to get enough opportunities.
Right.
Now, also, you can print out your list. So if you guys want to print, there is I mean, here's what you can do. You can just, if you do your 100 people,
Mhm.
well, this is what you have to do. Okay, so this would actually take care of it. You
Okay.
need to take a screenshot for us because we want to know for sure that you reached 100 or
Okay.
whatever number you reach. And so you actually need to take a screenshot of as many as you can and then go down to the next one. So if you get like 10 and you got it, take a shot, boom. And then the next day do your 10, take a shot, boom. Send that to your upline leader. But then that will also be a way for you to remember who you connected with, because you definitely want to have some kind of organization other than just the Facebook organization. Like a printout is really nice. And there is a way to do this. I think I will find out. I was just talking to Alexanne about that today. But there is a way to print out all of your friends as well as your private messages. But I can't
Okay,
tell you at
thanks,
this moment.
guys. I gotta go. Appreciate everything. I barely get to ever do these, so it was fun that I got to, but I gotta go pick
Awesome.
up my oldest from swim practice.
All right, fantastic. I love
Bye.
you too.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, guys, does anyone else have any other questions or you feel very comfortable with doing this?
I feel comfy doing it.
Cool. Okay. So the 100 is just to get you into practice. Now you can only friend request so many people before you're kicked into jail.
Okay.
You can do 10 every 4 hours. But if you're not used, if your Facebook is not used to you friending people, it's suggested that you do 5 every 4 hours. Okay, so 5 in the morning, 5 in the afternoon, 5 at night. Next day, 5 in the morning, 5 in the afternoon, 5 at night. And then you can build it up, but you can never do more than 10 in 4 hours and never more than 30. Facebook will catch on to that and they will put you into jail. So you can't do 100 in one day.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Beth, Marisol, how about you guys? Any questions?
Just with the Facebook messages, like we're looking for after we've messaged, they respond back, we add them as a friend, that counts towards the 100.
The whole thing counts towards 100.
Okay.
You reaching out to 100 people. We want you to get into the practice. That's the most important thing. We can't control the result, so we're not going to base this on the actual result. But if you can get 30 of those people to respond to the 100 messages that you sent out, that's great. And that's kind of what we're looking for. And then you have those 30 new people to continue.
I already numbered my paper.
Nice.
So that I'm organized and I can say, who did I message? And then I can go back and see.
Great.
Because that's one thing too, that it gets lost in the messenger stuff. So this way I have a list of like, okay, who did I talk to this day?
Yep. You can write it down. You can take the snapshot of it. You can organize it. And I will find out how to print it out. So whatever you're good at, but you're putting forth this effort, don't let them just get lost. Yeah. Awesome. Good. Marisol, any questions?
I don't think so. I think I'm going to try and attempt the mutual approach.
It's the easiest.
You said I can go to different friends, not just stick with one and try to do them.
I wouldn't stick with doing 100 from one friend because it could get passed around, right? Well, your friend, your friend Marisol friended me on Facebook, and not that big of a deal if it's maybe like 2 or 3 people that say something, because again, you're always going to have a third of the people respond. So maybe a third of the people say something to that mutual friend. That's no big deal. But if your mutual friend has 25 people say something to her, then it's going to be a little odd. So I would spread it out a little bit.
Yeah, you'd probably get a comment from your friend saying, stop stalking my friend.
Yeah. What are you doing? Yeah.
Stop pushing your isogenics.
But 2 or 3 people, if they come back to your friend and like, hey, your friend Marisol reached out to me, you'd probably be like, oh, cool, she's so sweet. I really enjoy her, and not think anything about it.
Yeah, and they would probably give you a boost on your referral, basically, saying
Right.
that you have some credibility.
Yeah.
So.
But by
And
the
Marisol, your baby is so cute.
I know, isn't he? And you saw that she has 2 other boys too, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Way.
All these babies. All right, awesome, guys. Any other questions? Do you feel good? Is this something you're able to do and you're going to start tomorrow?
Tonight.
Tonight. Awesome. Fantastic. All right, we're giving NYKO tickets away. I've got a little debate in my head of how many, but for sure, Linda's doing one. I'm for sure doing one. Beth, I think, are you doing some product for your team?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So again, just the practice of actually doing this and find out how comfortable it is. It could be that you become quite addicted to it. I got very addicted to it. I got out of practice, right? I had to get back into Jim's program to get back into the practice. But I was probably for the first 3 weeks or 4 weeks that we were doing his program, every morning I had a friend request my people. It was a need to do that on my end. So hopefully that becomes the case with you guys.
Yep.
All right. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. We'll talk again. And of course, all of our upcoming team trainings will be on how do we continue. Let us
Thanks,
know how
Stephanie.
everything goes.
Thank you.
Okay. Have a good night, guys.